I'm a little bit early, but I'm running behind. That is a thing, by the way. So, I hope everyone is doing well this morning. Let me just check that I am live. My phone is thinking about it. Yes. Yes. Okay, so I'm live there. And, whoops, don't want to do that, want to do that. I want to do morning Claire and Jane. Just sorting out comments and that sort of thing. Yes, I would be if I could find my comments. Aha, there we are. Audrey, Nora, Claire. I'm just finishing off some die cutting. Morning, Renee. And then I will be with you. I do want to just check one other thing. My groups. Because, yes, I've even managed to go live in my Crafty Hangouts. Whoop, whoop. So there we go. Right, okay. So yes, I'm just finishing off some die cutting because it's been one of those mornings. It's been one of those, I was going to say weeks, but actually it's been more than a week now. So I don't think I've shared this, or if I have, I don't remember having shared this, but some of you may have spotted that I had some devastating news. Good morning, Elizabeth from Melbourne. Morning, Louise from just down the road. So yes, I had some devastating news 10 days ago about that. Not this last Friday, the Friday before. And I don't think I've shared with you what it was because we didn't have all the information until middle part of last week. So sadly, one of our dearest friends suddenly died. I mean, he literally just dropped dead. So it was completely unexpected. He was in his mid-50s. It now transpires that he had an underlying health condition, or heart condition I should say, which none of us knew about. Gonna have to come do something in a minute. So yes, he was out with his wife. They were queuing for an appointment and he dropped dead. Another dreich day up in Scotland. Yeah, we've been having rain for most of the last 3 days, although it's quite bright at the moment, but the forecast is for more rain. So yes, so that was obviously devastating news. And then I recently heard that my sister-in-law's mother passed away. So it's all been a bit, not great recently. Just going to do something. Sorry, Dina Rico, I've also forgotten to put my, no matter about stamping my lips on. I've got very dry lips at the moment. It's that sort of weather. So yes, so it's been an interesting few days. Funeral. Oh yes, which reminds me. So I will hopefully remind you later as well. Our friend's funeral is next Tuesday. So I'm going to do my live on Monday. So it's going to be a day earlier because the funeral's at 12 o'clock and it's over an hour away. So assuming that the restrictions in our part of England haven't changed by next Tuesday. We were wondering if there was going to be a change yesterday because Monday always seems to be the day we get the news. So we've just got to wait now until next Monday. So yeah. 25 of us are allowed in the room that his wife has booked. So yes, that's next week. Right, okay, so what news? Oh yes, Designer Series paper sale is still going strong. 15 lots of designer series paper are 15% off. I'll do a quick rundown. So it's both seasonal and annual. So we've got Artistry Blooms, which is lovely. Ordered more of that. 'Tis the Season 6x6 designer series paper, which is the paper, I used quite a lot of that paper last week. Forever Greenery, love it, got more of that. Poinsettia Place, which I used for my team retreat on Saturday. Gosh, it feels like a year ago. Oh, Jane, I'm so sorry. Raining in Ayrshire. Yeah, it's raining pretty much everywhere. Trimming the Town is in the sale. Plaid Tidings, Twirl Tidings, Peony Garden, got more of that. Whale of a Time, Heartwarming Hugs, Magic in This Night, the best ever Halloween paper that I have seen, because it's not shouty Halloween. Attending a funeral at any time isn't, well, no. That's sad, Audrey. I mean, I have to say neither of the people that I've just referred to had anything COVID related. Anyway, Magic in This Night, Snowflake Splendor, In Good Taste, that's that lovely wood and tile and thing paper. Playing with Patterns and Playful Pets. So those are the 15 patterns that are in the designer series paper sale. That's until the end of the month. Demonstrators have recently been able to order the Quite Curvy bundle, I think it's been called. I mean, it's not, but it is, which is an early release from the mini, the January, July, anyway, the next mini. Thank you, Jane. I kind of ironed it this morning. It's actually due for another cut because it's getting a bit long, but if I do, it's getting a bit long. It's not as bad as it was during lockdown, mind you, but I quite like this floppy bit at the front, which I would never have done if it hadn't been for lockdown. Anyway, so this is an early release and a special, so it's going to be available for customers on the 3rd of November. Sorry, I've just realised there's a horribly bright window, so let me get rid of that. It should make things a little clearer as well. So yes, it's going to be available from the 3rd of November for customers. There's something else that happens on the 3rd of November. Oh yes, the new paper pumpkin. Hey, hi B. So this is the set that is going to be the early release. It's called Quite Curvy, and it is quite curvy. I've got a card to show you later using that, and it comes with dies. So these will be available as a bundle in November, and then in the new catalogue. But as a special for Christmas to go with it, we've got the Curvy Christmas stamp set, photopolymer. They're both photopolymer, which is gorgeous. I've recently used it. Unfortunately, I've used it on a project I can't show you. In fact, I've used it on 2 projects I can't show you because they're secret squirrel ones. And there's also, for Christmas, the classic Christmas designer series paper. So as I say, this is coming up on the 3rd of November for customers and is available now for demonstrators. And what's particularly wonderful, of course, is if you want to get the starter kit, you can put this in it. And the papers are Shaded Spruce, Cherry Cobbler and Sahara Sand, which is interesting. So they are what I would call generic. Don't know how easily you can say. We've got dots, we've got a grid, we've got leaves, this is the only one that is in vaguely Christmas for me, which are the little Christmas trees, more dots, and this is the Sahara Sand. There are stars, but I don't think stars are only for Christmas, but it's a really lovely little set. So 3rd of November if you want to order it as a customer, and anytime for morning Rachel. Thank you, Claire. So yes, anytime if you are a demonstrator. But the Christmas stamp set and the Christmas paper will only be available until Christmas or while stocks last. I think there's quite a lot of stock, but just be aware of that. Demonstrators have only had a limited amount they're allowed to order, so we haven't taken all of the order. And an aeroplane goes over top. Super. Louise, you'll be getting this any minute now, I would imagine. Anyway, so that's that. I'm not using those today, but I will have a card to show you later. The other thing that went live on Sunday afternoon, and if you're on my newsletter, you should have received notification of this, and it's on my website, was the post on my website yesterday, is my Trimming the Tree card class in the mail. This is one of the samples, not showing you any of the others. My customers who ordered my last card kit got this as a sneak peek, but it's got the snowflake embossing folder, one of the stitched squares, and then some of the die cuts from the dies that go with the Trimming the Tree. You don't need the stamp set and dies, but obviously if you want them. Morning, Tracy. Your nails match the paper. Ish. They're not very shaded spruce, but they are green. So yes, so that's if you want the Trimming the Town card class to go. You've got until Sunday to reserve and pay for it. UK only, I am afraid, because I know a lot of you are joining not from the UK. What else can I tell you? Pom pom pom. Oh, how funny. Sorry. I'm saying how funny because a friend of mine has just gone live in Facebook. So, housekeeping. Usual housekeeping rules. If you are watching this video live, although I am, and it's not there. That's weird. Oh, there it is. If you're watching this video live, there will be a live button in the top right hand corner of your screen, on and off, apparently. Certainly on mine, it's on and off. If you're watching it on replay on Facebook, then it's a replay and you won't have the live anywhere. If you're watching it on YouTube, it's a replay. If you share the video either from Facebook or from YouTube and you type in the comments the word shared, which some of you already have. Sorry, I've just seen Louise saying she's just heard the plane. So, because she only lives a few miles from me. So yes, if you type the word shared, having shared the video, then you go into the drawing for a prize, which will be drawn in 2 weeks' time. The cutoff is now the Sunday before, so it's 2 weeks' time, but the Sunday, so it's 12 days. If you're in the UK, then it will be a physical prize. If you're not in the UK, then it will be any of my digital tutorials other than the mega bundles. Now, I need to apologise to my customers, and I know there are a few of you on. I'm very, very late in sending out customer gifts. I'm sorry. This last couple of weeks, with the sad news, but also I had my team retreat this last weekend. It's just been, I've just had too much. But they should be going out. The customer thank yous for September should be going out today, all things being equal. I finished the packaging for the gift yesterday evening while I was watching television, because they're really easy to put together. The cards are already done. All I need to do is pack everything up, do some printing, and then they'll be on their way to you. So hopefully you'll get them by the end of the week. So sorry that is all a bit late. Do I do local retreats? Well, at the moment, no, because we can't meet more than 6 people. or more than 5 really. This was a team retreat, so it was only for my team, and we did it virtually because I've got team both in mainland Europe and in the UK. I think the only part of the UK I don't have team in is Northern Ireland. So they are not local. I did start doing face-to-face stuff just before lockdown, and that would have included a retreat had we not had the dreaded virus. So yes and no, I think, is the answer to your question, Louise. Hello, Baz. Thank you for sharing. So I think it's time to start crafting. Unless anyone has any burning questions before then. I'm doing a seat of my pants special today. I have planned a little bit, but not a lot. And it may go completely pear-shaped, but hey, I think we quite like it when it goes pear-shaped. So I have a very high-tech cover that I'm going to use rather than my hand. It's lots of washi tape stuck together. So I'm going to stick that over the lens. And you can still see a bit, but hey. So let me flip you down, flip you round. I'm just hoping that it means you're not quite so dizzy. Yay! Right, okay, let me just adjust that a wee bit. You get to see my guts, that's always nice. That's too close, so let's get rid of that. That's better. Okay, so I was coming on to that, Audrey, because I thought I'd show it here, because it's easier to show down here. So it's here, waiting to show. So Audrey very kindly, because last weekend, not the one we just had, the one before, was World Card Making Day, which is why I did my card class in the mail specifically for World Card Making Day. Audrey went one better because last week was World Card Sending Day. I have to say I did send quite a lot of cards last week. And this is the card she very kindly sent me, which is lovely. She's even included the recipe. So look at this. This uses the Shelley paper pumpkin kit, which was available last year. And she says inside, happy World Card Making Day and thank you for all your tutorials. Love and crafty hugs. So yeah, so thank you very much, Audrey. It's gorgeous. I would never have thought of taking a piece of paper and ripping it and inking its edges, but it's gorgeous. Really nice. So thank you very much for that. Yes, I did get your card. And because it's got pearls all over the back, I mean, just a few, like lots, she's put a piece of the foam over the top of this foam over the top, so it didn't ruin the envelope. So as I say, I was coming on to that because I wanted to show it down here, because down here is a better view. But here's the recipe, Yuille in. So it's the Hugs from Shelley paper pumpkin. So yes, thank you very much. It did brighten my day as well. Isn't she wonderful? So I've actually also had some birthday cards already, which is amazing. One of them arrived from Canada, which I will show nearer my birthday, because my birthday is the 1st of November, which is a Sunday. So I'll probably show any handmade cards that I get, I will show on the following Tuesday, all things being equal. Oh, and I've got my nice new Stampin' Up hot mug, which has got Inspire, Create, Share, and it's a vat. I mean, it's huge. It's full of coffee, and I'm going to be bouncing off the ceiling. So let's get something approaching started. I'm using Press On. I love this set. I know I've used it before in one of these, but hey, they're my Facebook Lives. I'm going to use what I want to use. So there, she said, in an adult fashion. I've got a piece of So Saffron matte, and I've got the pool party card. I'm going to do some embossing on my So Saffron. I haven't quite decided which embossing I'm going to use, however, because I quite like the narrow ones, but they are narrow. Ooh, I could use that one. Ooh, no, that's not really coffee-ish. It's not really coffee-esque. No. Ooh, I could use that or that. Oh, it's too many choices. Okay, I'm going to go for the Tasteful Textures, which is one of the 3D. Audrey, you do not know how thrilled I was to receive it. It really did put a smile on my face. As you can imagine, it's been a fairly crappy week or so. So it was lovely to receive. So I'm going to feed this through my Stamp and Emboss, and I'm using the 4 plate, which is the embossing plate for using with 3D embossing folders. The recipes are on your cutting mat. So using 3D embossing folders, you use plate 1 and plate 4, which is the grey plate. So, and before you all ask, I don't know either. When is the new mini coming out? I don't know. We were told a long while ago that it would be out in time for Christmas. But who knows? Who knows the secret of the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss? So I'm just running this through, which probably means everything's shaking. I love this embossing folder because it is just subtle. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just, it's less subtle than the subtle embossing folder, but it is just gorgeous. And it's the perfect size for a card front. We do the 6x6s as well, but I'm going to try and keep everything out, because then when I post this on my YouTube and stuff, it will all be there. You never know, it might work. Right, so that's going to be my background. Then I think, and this is going to be a bit of an experiment, I believe that this will fit on there twice. Should we find out? So I'm going to use So Saffron ink so that it matches with So Saffron. This is the largest of the layering circles and the largest of the scalloped layering circles, and this is champagne foil, which I thought would be subtle enough to go with. Absolutely. Well, I can't eat chocolate, so why would I? But yes, who knows the secret of the Black Magic box? I think I may have needed to go. What a great idea. Sorry, I was looking at, you see, I went too far down. I thought I needed to go further up. Just as well that card has 2 sides, except, will it? No, I needed to go further up. So card has 2 sides, which is just marvellous. So I need to go, I probably need the Stamparatus so that I can position it properly. That's better. Now all I've got to do is do it twice. Wish me luck as I wave you goodbye. Pick a key, any key, before you start singing. Good grief. Well, that was miraculous. Now, before anybody asks, one of the other things that has gone by the wayside, because life just has been a bit woofy, is, yes, I still haven't changed over to my new Stampin' Chamois. Simply Chamois. That's the word. But I must. So that is that. And then what I thought I would do is have the coffee cups across the middle. So I have a scrap of Whisper White. So I will keep that out so I know I've used it, and grab my memento. The emergency side is always handy, particularly when you've only die cut 1 circle. Now I re-inked my memento yesterday, so I'm just going to, I had a bit of a re-inking session. I'm just going to make sure it's not overly, no, that's all right. I re-inked my Memento and my Versamark yesterday. I seem to have been doing a lot of heat embossing recently, so my Versamark has been taking the toll. Right, okay, and I want it sort of not near an end. You don't know how to put the... Okay, I may have a stamp set I haven't done it on yet, so we can deal with that later. It's a lot easier than you might think, Louise. And I have to say, I wasn't a fan of our old stickers, but I'm loving the new ones. The old stickers, for my mind, were misnamed because they didn't stick, I mean. Right, so I need some... That's not straight. Never mind, it doesn't matter, because I can straighten it up with my chopper. Here comes the chopper to chop off your head. God, that's showing my age as well. That looks better. Yep, that looks a lot better. So while I'm here, I might as well chop it at an inch, because the tool cup needs an inch, just so you know. So that's what I mean by the tool cup needs an inch. So I've cut this down to an inch tall, and I just need to grab some markers. So we will have that and that, except I need that. Right, so we've got So Saffron and Pool Party, because those are the colours that I'm using, because Who Says Coffee can't be that sort of colour. And I'm actually going to bring another colour. I'm going to bring Calypso Coral, because I'm going to have that as its kind of the feature. And let me just check one other. Yes. So I knew I had some stamp sets that didn't have stickers. So just for you, Louise, while I remember. Here's a card. Love Here's a Card. It's really good for all sorts of occasions, like may your heart find the peace it needs, etc. So yes, I think it was one of these. Was it one of these I sent my friend? No, there's one, and I can't remember which stamp set it's from, which is... So I'm about to show you, Louise, how to put stickers on your cling stamps. So let's do Happy Birthday, because I'm bound to be using it. Now, I normally have a rule that when I open a new stamp set and have stickers that need to go on, I normally have a rule that I have to put them on then, because otherwise they end up like this and then they start getting iffy. But, so, you want the matte side down and the shiny side up of your stickers. Can you see that's shiny and that's matte? And then you can do it one of two ways. You can either peel both pieces off, if you're feeling brave, and then all you do is line up the outside of your stamp with the outside of the space where your sticker is, and then you peel it off. So it is incredibly easy when you know how. It's a bit like, you know, the answers that are easy are the ones that, sorry, the questions that are easy are the ones you know the answers to. So yes. Okay, let's do this one, because this one, is it that one that's falling off? No, it's Congratulations that's falling off. So let me grab Congratulations as well. So, congratulations is there. So if you're feeling slightly less confident, it is that easy. Peel off half of your sticker, line up the outside of your sticker with the outside, with what I would call the negative space. So this is what I would call the negative space. And there is a kind of obvious edge. So just line it up, pop it down, and then, as I say, if you're not feeling so confident, then you can peel the other piece off. Personally, I find it much easier to do it the other way around, to peel the whole thing off, but it really is that straightforward. So, yes. But there you are. Your wish is my command, as they say. Thank you for sharing, Margaret. Right, I don't need that for my pile of things. Right, so all I'm going to do now is colour my... I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to show you zoomed in because I can't zoom. If I can ever work out how to do Facebook Live with Studio Lab OBS, which is an amazing piece of kit, not least of all it's free, I will then be able to zoom in. But I've tried doing Facebook Live using it and it works. You're very welcome, Louise. It works, apart from when I try to go live, it then says, sorry, you've got some CPU problem. Don't know what. Is the sticky part easier to get off the block now as when they first came out? It was hard. No, it's just the same. What I would say is if you're struggling to get them off the block, so let me grab one. Indeed, this one I've had stuck in here for so long, it's quite tough. If you're struggling, what you might want to do, I mean, this one is, I haven't used it, I don't think. So it is very sticky. They get less sticky the more you use them. And then when they become completely non-sticky, you just rinse them under water. It does tell you inside. I thought it told you inside. No, it doesn't. Anyway, you can just wash them in with water to unstick them. But what I find is if they are over sticky, I put them on the back of my hand to take some of the stick off, and then they instantly become easier to get off. So this was quite a struggle to get up, and now it's not. The other option that I know some people have done, let me grab it, is you get a little piece of washi tape. Find an end. I'm not going to do it because I don't like doing it, but you get a little piece of washi tape, you stick it on one end and make sure it's the same size, but it then means that you've got a little bit that isn't sticky, so you can pull that up. So yes, so no, it's just as sticky, it's just the more you use your stamps, the easier it is to peel them off. So yeah. Right, okay, so don't need that at the moment. So we've got our Calypso coral heart. So it's still, see, the problem with this camera is that it's set to be focused down here. So sorry about that, but yes, that's the Calypso coral. And I think I'm going to surround it with Pool Party. And actually it's quite good that I stopped and started again, because that means the Calypso coral will now be dry. Because if you've got a light colour next to a dark colour, or a bold colour, it can end up running, because the alcohol will spread almost underneath the card. I don't know if you can see, that's the back, you can see it sort of spreading. Anyway, so having done that, I'm going to carry on with Pool Party while I can. So this is Pool Party Dark. And all I need to do is have my pattern. And you don't have to do anything elaborate, you know, just colour. So I'll have that, so saffron, so I'll have Pool Party Dark there. Now, for me, the lids are white because the lids on these kind of coffee cups are white, but you can colour them. Perfectly up to you. Hello, Monique. How are you? Haven't seen you for ages. I mean, literally ages. Monique lives in the Netherlands. And she's part of the same team that I'm part of, so my upline and her upline are the same. So now I am going to have pool party dots, but not yet. Right, so this is the light pool party. So I'm kind of at the moment embracing pool party because we're going to have quite a lot of So Saffron on show. So I want the pool party. Morning, Claire. I want the pool party to be more obvious on here so that it pulls out the pool party there. In fact, we'll go light. Oh, no, we won't. We'll go light So Saffron. And then I will show you where I've got to, and then I will finish. Oh, and I think I might use some of my absolute all-time favourite embellishments to go with this. So that's what I've done so far. So I've got dark pool party and light So Saffron, dark pool party, dark and light pool party, and dark pool party so far. So I want dark So Saffron for my mug, cup, and for my wrap, and I want light So Saffron for my this, and I am actually going to go round the dots because I'm going to come back in with the dark pool party, but I want the inside of the dot to be white because otherwise we're going to end up with green rather than pool party. Right, I'm going to leave that to dry for a moment whilst I bring in, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. How far across are we going to go? That much, okay. So I think I will go flag. So this is the banners pick-a-punch. And I think I'm probably going to need it a bit shorter than that. Let's see, so I'm going to go into the flagged end first, just to see where that comes out. No, that is too long. So I'll go there. And there. These are not straight. Let it be said. These are not straight. So because they're not straight, I'm just going to check that they're still not straight when they're in. That's better. This one's a better. Yep, that's fine. Ooh, that's a lot nearer. Let me see if I can get this a wee bit nearer. That's better. They are a bit more even. Right, so put it where I know I've used it. Right, so I can now, because the So Saffron is dry, I can now come in with my dark pool party with some vague hope that it won't run and won't be green. There we go. Oh, and I've just had another thought, which will be a sort of part-time thought. Right. Okay, for one of those rare occasions, I am actually going to do an inside. I know, it's weird. I'm actually going to stamp on the inside of a card. Wonders will never cease. Right. I think it's going to be all you need is confidence and lots of coffee. So that one, and I'm going to have some coffee beans as well. Cling tip of the century. Wow, I shall have to look at that, Sandra. I have seen someone, and they scared the bejeebers out of me, I have seen someone stick all of the stamps onto the stickers in one go. I'm not that brave. Just saying, not that brave. Right, so we'll go soft suede for the all you need is confidence and lots of coffee. There we are. Let's clean that. Sandra, do you happen to know if Kelly is better? Because she, bless her, got COVID at a funeral, which is kind of, you know, as I'm about to go to. Please tell me that Kelly does not stick all of them on at once, because that will just blow my mind. That's not straight. So all I need is confidence and straight stamping. Right, so what I'm going to do to make it easier for me to get this straight is kind of weird. I'm going to put my stamp on really crooked, because I tend to not get my stamps straight when I've got them on the block not straight. I mean, not quite straight. So that's straight. When I had it before, oh, I've seen that. Yes. Yeah, no, Sandra, she had COVID. I have seen that video. Yes. So let me, well, I won't detract from Kelly's video, but yes, I have seen it. You do have to be quite quick getting it off, because the sticker will stick quite determinedly to your block. Just saying. Okay, so I'm going to have So Saffron beans and a thing. Apparently something was back on back order when I got this. So yes, I'm going to have some So Saffron beans just down in the bottom right hand corner. Oh, it was the Pampered Stamper, was it? Glad to hear she's a lot better. Thank you very much, Rachel, because I know she was very poorly, for poor love. I mean, I don't think she got it as badly as some. I think she probably had it worse than the Donald. Not that I want to get into politics, but seriously. I'm not convinced. If he's better, I'm really pleased that he's not ill. But I'm not convinced that 2 weeks after you've been diagnosed with COVID is a particularly great time to be out and about in an enclosed space. But there we go. It does work. Okay, Audrey, I will give it a go. I'm always open to suggestions, so I will give it a go. Right, okay, so let's pop this together. So first thing we need to do is get the cat hair off. Fold my... Someone has sent me a Facebook message. Okay. Someone sent me 2 Facebook messages. Oh, Kylie Bertucci has sent me a message. Because she's nice like that. She does. She's probably spotted a post that I put up. Anyway, right, so this is the front, this is the back, because it's the one with the crooked stamping. So seal. Oh, that's what you mean, is it, Audrey? That, yes, if you put the stamp on really crooked, you can stamp really straight, but if you put the stamp on slightly crooked, it's going to be crooked. Yeah, I can't remember who gave me that tip, but it's such a good tip. So yes, if you are someone who does on occasions stamp your sentiments or whatever crooked, it may well be that it's because you're putting them on your stamp straight but not quite. Just saying. Right, I'm going to use glue for this because it is embossed. And I'm going to find something to take the gick off the top of my glue pot. Right. I'm not quite sure which is the right and which is the wrong side of this. I think it's whichever way you want. Probably. Okay, so maybe not be using glue. Was it Patty Bennett? It may well have been. All I know is it was a very, 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 very good tip. Right, okay, so this is going on our champagne foil thing. And I'm going to stick that with Seal. Actually, I might use Seal Plus. Foil can be a bit tricky. So let's use Seal Plus. Comme ça. So that's then going to go there, and that's going to go across the middle, except I now need something outside it, so that's fine. What I'm going to grab is, I cut my strip too short, is the issue. I mean, it's not an issue at all, but that's why I'm delving into the depths of my scraps. So I've got another piece of Pool Party, which I'm going to cut down to 1 inch wide. And grab my banner punch again. Thank you, Karen. Hi, Kate. You went live a little while ago. I got an alert that you went live. So I'm flagging both ends, and then I'm going to do some surgery. So let's make sure that is straight, which it is. I've got an allergy at the moment. I mean, I always have allergies, but I particularly have an allergy at the moment. I am allergic to, amongst other things, fungal spores. About the only thing I'm not allergic to is hay. So I get seasonal rhinitis, but not hay fever type seasonal rhinitis. And what I am allergic to, that I think is what's being triggered at the moment, are fungal spores, because it's so peep damp around here at the moment. We've got in our, to use the word orchard makes it sound as if it's huge. We have 4 apple trees and 2 pear trees, 2 small pear trees. And in amongst there, at the moment, there is rather a lot of wild mushrooms growing. We don't know whether they're edible, so we're not. Baz was watching both me and Kate. Well done, Baz. So anyway, yes, there's rather a lot of fungus around at the moment, and I think it's upsetting my nasal passages. I'm not unwell with it, it's just annoying. I don't have a temperature, I don't have a cough, I do not have COVID. Just saying, it's definitely seasonal rhinitis, otherwise known as hay fever, that's not hay related. So let me just pop this on here. And take it off there so I don't, those dimensional backings do get everywhere, don't they? to hold my breath to do this. No, that's not. It's too far to the right. They might be magic mushrooms. If they are magic mushrooms, that would be lovely, because then I could go out and eat them and, you know, not care about anything much. I wouldn't. Here's an admission. I didn't know it at the time. I've had magic mushrooms once. Someone made some brownies or something, and surprise, surprise, they had magic mushrooms in them. Yeah, not great. Sorry, not a great high. I'm gonna have to just blow by these, because seasonal rhinitis makes my nose run. Okay, so that's going to go there. Then I'm going to grab my favoritist embellishments, or I'm going to grab my favoritist embellishments and then put it there. So my favourite, can anyone tell me which my favourite embellishments are of the moment? B, if you're still on, please don't give it away. Morning, Wendy. So yes, can anyone tell which my favourite embellishments of the moment are? I have said it before. I'll give you a little while I am sticking this on. So again, I'm going to use glue for this, because this is embossed. Holiday. What, the holiday rhinestones? Nope. I like them, but no. Not holiday rhinestones, because apart from well, I suppose the Coastal Cabana. Iridescence. Oh, the iridescent pearls. They are. I do like the iridescent pearls, but no. I'll put you out of your misery. Oh, I'll just show you this close up first. So this is it. Something with sparkle. Absolutely, Baz. How do I come up with my ideas? I wish I knew. I don't know. Anyway, the answer to the question is elegant faceted gems. There is a reason why I like these. I mean, they're beautiful. Let's start with that. But these ones are clear. These ones are slightly opaque white. Let's take them off and I will show you. So these, whatever you put them on, they pick up the colour. Thank you, Wendy. So if I grab, actually let's grab, it's out of date, but let's grab this. So that was So Saffron. This is Lovely Lipstick. Obviously we don't have it anymore. Lovely Lipstick. Or Blueberry Bushel. They're Blueberry Bushel. So this is why I like these. Because they go with everything. That's my thing. Right, okay, so I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to use those or these, actually. I might use the white opaque. Yes, because they're glittery as well. So one, I'll have one, ooh, where should I put it? There, and thank you, Audrey. And we'll have one nestled in under there. So there we are. Can you see those just twinkling a little bit? So where do I come up with my ideas? I honestly don't know the answer to that question. I mean, sometimes I don't, frankly. I mean, come up with ideas and I struggle. This was really a question of... No, please do, Rachel. I copied it from somebody else. Well, actually, I copied it from my upline. Thank you, Kate. So what I was trying to work out in my own mind. So there is this... I found this a really annoying stamp because I wasn't quite sure what we were supposed to be doing with it, because I didn't quite get what this had to do with coffee. Because there was nothing here that said morning, and I think of that as kind of, you know, morning. So I thought in my own mind, sorry, on the subject of coffee. Maria says me, please. I don't know why Maria says me, please. Coffee, I'm assuming you want coffee. Anyway, so I thought there must be a reason why this was in here, this stamp. And so I thought, I wonder if it's because of the circle punches. What's your base card and layer measurements? Right, so my base card's half a sheet, and it's just cut long and thin. The yellow, I mean, I will put all this on my, I'll post this on my website tomorrow. So this is 5 5/8 by 3 7/8, or whatever that is in metric. But yes, 5 5/8 and 3 7/8. I'm an imperial girl. I'm old enough that I learnt feet and inches. When did we go metric? Was it 77? Can't remember when we went metric. So let's find out, shall we? When did the UK go metric? Let's see, shall we? 1965, formally endorsed, but that wasn't really when we went metric. Ah. 1973 was when we had to start using the metric system because of the EU, or EEC as it was in those days. And I think that's why I am using imperial, because I was 13. So by that stage I was definitely into imperial. So yes, 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. If my smaller layer, which I haven't done for this one, is 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. I use Kylie Bertucci's card templates, which are an amazing tool. Let me show you, because then I can tell you what the metric measurements are. So I've got a couple I still need to do. These are her card templates. And basically, all right, so 5 5/8 by 3 7/8 is 14.4 by 10. Basically what you do is you just pick the size you want, and you just, thank you, Louise, what's the measurement in centimetres? Right, so this is 14.9 by 21 folded in half. So 14.9 is the full width. Decimalisation was 71, but not the metric system. What are these? These are Kylie Bertucci's card templates. If you go to her website, kyliebertucci.com, hi Wendy, you will find that she's got these for sale. They are 5 Aussie dollars, which is about threepence halfpenny. I mean, not quite, but you know, Aussie dollars, you get a lot of Aussie dollars to the pound. So I've got all three. And it means that that's how I convert to, particularly to North American sizes, because obviously they're 8 1/2 by 11, which is not the same as us. We're 8 1/4 by 11 3/4 ish. I shouldn't really say this. Someone keeps saying to me, please don't say that the Americans are short and fat. The American cardstock is short and fat by comparison to UK cardstock. Anyway. Right, so let us make another card, because we have time. And the great thing with Kylie's templates is that when she invents a new template, she sends you the updates free. So, yeah, really good. So you only have to buy them once. Right, so let's pop those over there. I'm going to go brighter this time. Oh, no, not brighter so much as darker. Oh, actually, I might go neutrals. I like a good neutral. So let me see what I've got in card bases already cut in the neutrals and work backwards, because I always have neutral card. Well, I always have card blanks cut. So let's go crumb cake background or base card. And therefore I can use, which shall I use? Let's pull both. So I can't decide whether I'm going to go early espresso or soft suede. Again, I keep layers. They are a PDF and you download it. You also get it on an email. So they're both an email and a PDF. but then you download it and you just cut what she says you should cut. So she will say, so this is my North American, she will say that this layer, which is the equivalent of my 5 5/8 by 3 7/8, this layer is in Poppy Parade. So you have the same colours. This layer is in Melon Mambo, Flirty Flamingo, etc. So you literally just convert by using the colour. All I would say is if you're doing something that fills the whole of one of our mats, it probably won't fit on an American card base. Anyway, so I'm going to go very vanilla and either early espresso or soft suede, and I don't know which yet. So early espresso, ink, soft suede, crumb cake, and let's stick with those for the moment. So I've got my soft suede and my crumb cake blends. I'm going to use early espresso, I think, to stamp, because you can, you know. Let me grab a scrap of, yep, vanilla. So, oh, actually, I might not use very vanilla at all as a mat. So I am going to, sorry, things are just coming into my head. So who was it who said they wanted to know how I come up with my designs? I just play. What's the best colour backdrop to use on your work if you're filming card making, please? Whichever one works for you, she says unhelpfully. So I use the grid paper. I don't know if we've still got this grid paper, but the floral grid paper that we used to have. I've always used grid paper, frankly. So I don't know, really. I think whatever, as I say, whatever works for you, which is very unhelpful. So I'm going to cut this out because it's quite an easy shape. And I can't quite decide where we're going to go from here, but bear with me. So I'm going to leave a little gap around the outside. Where are we time-wise? 12 o'clock, gosh. Done one whole card so far. I like to cut into corners, like that. Get rid of that, which is annoying the bejeebers out of me. And round, and I'm trying to do this higher up actually. Let's see if I can do this higher up so you can see me fussy cussing. It must be fascinating to watch. So I like to just leave a little bit of white space, for want of, I mean, this is vanilla space, obviously, but I do like to leave a little bit of white space around the edge of anything that I fussy cut. And then what I quite often do is colour the outside. I will show you what I mean in a moment. So that's my cup ready to go. Some of those are scraps, some of those are reusable. Right, okay, so I also want, ooh, actually I've just had another thought. You see, it just happens. Wish I knew how, but it just happens. So I'm going to use soft suede for this. I don't have all the colour cardstock for colours. You can use whatever you want, Louise. The key is to make sure that you've got all of the... So I'll use the Poppy Parade as an example. The Poppy Parade colour, whichever colour you choose for Poppy Parade, is the same, because it's much easier than having to count through them. if you want the 5th smallest, you've got to count through them if they're not all the same colour. Does that make sense? I mean, she uses quite a lot of colours. She's recently introduced Cajun Craze and Calypso Coral as two new layers. So I've done this in soft suede. It is lighter than early espresso, but you'd be forgiven for wondering. It will dry a bit. Otherwise, Louise, all I can suggest is you code them in some way. But yeah, so I'm going to fussy cut this as well. It must be fascinating television. I don't like bits hanging off the edge when I'm fussy cutting, just saying, and that bit's annoying me. It's quite difficult doing this so that you can see what I'm doing. I wouldn't normally hold my piece of card like this, but I want the camera to be able to see where I'm going with this. Right, so we've now got our coffee cup, and our coffee is always a good idea, complete with a bent end. So those definitely are scraps now. I'm going to go soft suede, and rather than early espresso for my background. And again, I think I'm going to emboss it. What shall I emboss it with? Just having a quick look through my embossing folders. Oh, I don't know why, but I'm going to use the brick. So this is the brickwork. So I want the bricks going across the page, and again it's the same sandwich, so it's 1 and 4 because this is a 3D embossing folder. So everything's shaking again. I just like to have a bit of texture in my backgrounds. So here we go, colouring, and I'm really going to be monochrome. It's going to be monochrome plus. Going to be monochrome plus Misty Moonlight. Don't ask me why, I have no idea, but it seemed like a good idea. Now it's always interesting using blends on vanilla card because it comes out a slightly different colour. But I'm just thinking we need something as well as the browns. So I probably won't actually use crumb cake and soft suede blends now. Ooh, I've just had another thought. So that's going to be where my shadow is. So I'm going to bring that shadow up and along. So I need my colour lifter as well in a moment. So that's the dark, this is the light. So that's the light, and I'm just going to add a bit more shading with the dark. So there'll probably be a shadow along the bottom here as well. One of the joys of blends is that you can layer the colour, so you can get it darker. Comme ça. And then if you want to highlight, because this is going to be round, so I'm going to have a highlight down the middle. Like that. So we now have a highlight down the middle. And I want, because I suddenly had a flash of thought, because I've got a stray piece of Misty Moonlight, which actually does still go with the light Misty Moonlight, even though it's on Very Vanilla. So what I'm going to do, that's going to go there. I'm going to have this as its kind of grounding spot. I don't like things sitting in midair. It's going to be sitting in midair, just not quite so midair. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, where do I want this? About there, so that's about there. So just lining up the ribbon on the grid paper and then the card on top of that, straight, always a plan. Then some Seal Plus either side without pressing too hard so you don't undo the embossing. Flip that in there, flip that in there, and then we've got a nice, almost straight, no, it's straight, it's a optical illusion, a straight piece of ribbon across our card that then will have, helps you don't lose your coffee cup, our coffee cup there, and our thing there, and I'm going to have a knot just there. So for a knot, a knot, I'll just loop it round the ribbon, or loop the ribbon round itself as it were, and then just pull, and then it will look as if you've tied the two ends of the ribbon together, but it's a lot easier. So you end up with a look like that. Much, much easier than trying to tie the ends of two bits of ribbon together. And you get the same effect. And actually you end up using less ribbon because you're not wrapping it all the way around your card back. Right, okay, so adhesive. I am just going to run some more Seal Plus, hopefully, over my ribbon, thank you, just so that I know the ribbon is going to be really well stuck, because otherwise it might pull out. And actually, Rosalie, you're not on my replay yet, you're on my live. It will replay soon because we're nearly finished, but welcome. Do remember that if you share the video either live or on the replay, you will get to be put into the draw for some free stuff. Thought I saw some glue fly over there, but apparently not. Ooh, helps if you fold your card front first, that's better. The reason I do that before I stick on is because if you've got a slightly longer one side than the other, I like to have the slightly longer at the front. So pop that down there. Then dimensionals. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. I'll be generous and put 4 on. Don't think I need 4, but hey. Look after yourself, Wendy. So that then goes there. And this, because I have mini dimensionals, I'm going to use mini dimensionals. Otherwise, you could use half cut, you know, as in cut them in half. But I have the minis, so the minis, I never seem to finish a packet of the minis. There are so many of them on a sheet, and I don't use them that regularly. And again, I'm probably putting far too many on. It's just that because this is a thin piece of card, I'd rather there were too many than not enough, so it doesn't get caught. And then I might use my favourite embellishment again. There we go. So that's our basic card. And then, particularly if I flip that out, that's better. And then my favourite embellishment of the moment, so I will use the clear ones this time because they are clear. Right, I definitely want one up here. I've only got large ones left now, so actually I'm going to tuck it in. So I'll have one there. I'll have one there. There is some logic about where I put these. I just couldn't explain what it is. And I'll have one there. I like triangles is the main thing. So let's clear the decks a little. And there we go. So we've got the sparkle, and it's taken on obviously the colour of the soft suede. And again, I need to put a liner in, and I would put a very vanilla liner in. So one very vanilla liner. Let's be good and actually. So this is coffee's always a good idea. Might just do the coffee heart, the one I've not used yet, and some coffee beans. So again, I'm going to put that on crooked, and I'm going to use soft suede. I can actually, you know, I used soft suede for the coffee is always a good idea, and early espresso for the mug. I can now see the difference. Now that they've dried. There we go. So I'm going to be very good, put this in my card so that it's ready to go. Tuck those somewhere where I'm not going to lean on them and get soft suede everywhere. And then I will do the announcement of the draw, followed by the spot, because we always like to know about the spot. Well, I always like to tell you about the spot, which you will see a card that I've made using the curvy stamps which come in November, and all that good stuff. So there we go, liner in card. Whoa! So those are our two cards. Let me just pick them up so you've got a better view of them. So those are the two cards we've made today. One of the things I really like about this stamp set is that you can use whatever colours you want because it's not part of a suite. So let me grab places. Oh, bear with me one moment. Sorry. I just need to have a look at something. Just need to check something. Bear with me. Bear with me one moment, because I've just realised something. Don't want that. I want that. And I want, oops, I'll be with you in one cotton picking moment. Ah, that's right. Okay. It's a shame she's just left. Right. So the winner of the... Thank you. I'm so pleased you like the cards. Yeah, it does help if you like coffee, of course. So the winner of the 29th of September prize, which was the Kindness and Compassion stamp set, is Wendy Davis Steed, who has literally just left. She's had to go off and do other things, but anyway, so she's won that new inbox with stickers and everything. The prize for today, which will be drawn in 2 weeks, is the All Adorned. Remember that next week I'm going live on Monday, not Tuesday, because I've got the funeral on Tuesday. The spot challenge has just gone live. We're doing Clean and Simple Autumn. Don't worry, Rachel, I've tagged her in the post, so I'll let her know. Don't worry, I can do that. In fact, I've already tagged her, so I'll let her know. It's fine. We are friends on Facebook, so I can drop her a message. Anyway, so this is using the new curvy stamp set. So it's the quite curvy stamp set, and I used the hinge step technique on the Stamparatus. I was originally going to do just one swag, and when I looked at it, I thought, I wonder if it would do the hinge technique, and it does. So I've used Early Espresso ink on Very Vanilla for my stamping, and Cajun Craze, Pumpkin Pie and Mango Melody for my leaves, and then Dark Mossy Meadow for the stalk, because there are these little bits of stalk, and then this is Cherry Cobbler, as is the mat, and the sequins are the Artistry Blooms sequins, which are just the right colour. So yeah, so the spot challenge for this week is Clean and Simple Autumn. I know it's not totally clean and simple, I went a bit rogue, but I've seen some of the other examples and they are amazing. So you can get to the spot blog post on my website. Just click on the picture at the top of the website, or of the blog post with this on it, and you'll go straight over there. It would be lovely if some of you entered. You can enter from Instagram, and obviously if you've got a blog, definitely. I don't know if you can enter from Facebook or Pinterest. Anyway, so yes, so that's that. Do remember also that you've got until Sunday to reserve your card class in the mail kit, which uses the Trimming the Towns suite. And that's 8 cards, 2 each of 8 cards. So a really nice big Christmas card. One of them isn't necessarily Christmas, but the others are all Christmas cards. So thank you very much indeed. We managed to get 2 whole cards made in over an hour. Wow. So hopefully see you next week, but it's Monday next week. I have changed the date on my Facebook business page so that it shows Monday, and I will remind everyone that it's Monday. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you again very soon, I hope. Okay, bye-bye. This is where I then take 5 goes at ending the video, but we'll give it a go. So it's asking me if I want to